So I'm sorry I'm eating. Trying to fix my light. Okay. I'm waiting on my best friend for us to go start, but I'm just having my dinner. I'm having a salad. It's a bean salad. So we have kidney beans, um, chickpeas. I think it's Goya bean. I don't know what kind of bean that is. Then we have some spinach and some lettuce. Some lettuce. We have bell pepper. We have tomatoes. No, no tomatoes. Actually, we do have tomatoes. And then there is lactose free feta cheese, cucumber. I have some craisins and what else? I think that's it. Craisins and um, some salad dressing. And then I put a little bit of blueberry jam in it. Usually I'd make the blueberry jam sauce or dressing, but I didn't do that today. I just put some blueberry in it to kind of sweeten it. So good. I'm just waiting on my friend to come. I'm just hello and welcome. If you're just joining, this is Jamaica Live Vibes and Culture. I'm Camellia. My best friend and I, Ruth, we try to go live every Sunday at 5:30, 5:30 Jamaican time. And hi, J and J Locksmith and XD. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. Hi, Ruth. I was
Hi.
I was just sharing that I'm having my salad, Steve Jr. Hello, Steve. I'm having my dinner. I was sharing my salad and what's in it. So it's a bean salad.
Lovely.
Yeah. Anyways, want to get started? You didn't introduce.
Sure. Pardon?
You didn't introduce yourself.
I know, because when I came on, you were saying hi and sharing your salad.
Oh, healthy food with.
Marcel says it's healthy, good, natural food.
Thank you.
Marcel says natural face, look good, good vibes, positive.
That's what we're aiming for.
That's what we're aiming for. And I'm not sure how much Camellia said, but this is Jamaican Vibes and Culture. And this is where Camellia is Jamaican, not living in Jamaica. I'm Jamaican, living in Jamaica. And we're very proud of our culture. We're very proud of Jamaica. We know that things are not perfect. No, we're not better than you, though. Things are not perfect here. There are some things that definitely need to change. And if we can be the change that happens, that would be great as well. But there are some things about Jamaica. Literally, the only word you can find is that it's a vibe. It's just a vibe. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we come on here every Sunday at 5:30 Jamaica time. And what time here is Camellia?
3:30. Because I'm in Mountain Standard.
And 3:30. Yeah, Mountain Standard Time. And we talk about Jamaican vibe and culture. And we encourage you to share as well. If you know about our culture, if you want to know more, you can ask questions. If you're Jamaicans, Lord of mercy, Stephen. I so you know, Stephen, we have the most colorful colorful curse words in the world. Usually, whenever you travel anywhere else, it's just the F bomb, and that's all people get to say.
Mhm.
Hey, dummies, you're asking what this is. I just said. So, Camille and I are here to talk about our culture. We are Jamaican, and this is Jam Vibes and Culture. And today we'll be talking about or taking a walk down memory lane about some of our favorite Jamaican brands.
Ruthann, there's a feedback in your thing, like a frying thingy. Did you?
It's fine because you're having your Sunday dinner and my niece is in the kitchen trying to cook up some Sunday dinner for us. So I am absolutely sorry. You
Okay.
love Rastas, and that's another thing that we can discuss in a fulsome nature, hey dummies, because Rastafarianism isn't a style in Jamaica. Wearing it here in locks for a lot of people, oh, it's just fashionable. They
Yeah.
like how it looks, but in Jamaica, it is a religion. Yeah, and so you can go to different Rasta camps. You can check out one on my channel, just Ruth right here, where I went to a Rasta camp and we worshipped with them. So Rastafarianism is a proper religion right here in Jamaica, and I guess it's recognized outside of Jamaica as well, but not a lot of people know.
I think there's a difference too between dreadlocks and Rasta.
Yeah,
'Cause some people just wear the style as dreads, but then they're not
yeah.
actual Rastas. What is your favorite? What is our favorite? I'm not sure exactly what exactly. What is your favorite? Favorite what? Right. You tell us favorite what, then we can answer that question. What are we talking about today, Ruthann? We're talking about something very specific.
I said it. My data might be patchy.
Oh,
We're discussing today. Can you hear me now? Yeah, some Jamaican brands that have stood the test of time. When I think about one, I don't see it a lot in our supermarkets on our shelves, but we still don't know what is your favorite. What is our favorite? What our favorite food? Our favorite group? Our favorite belief? Or favorite brand? Because trust me, we have tons of favorite brands. But
lot.
yes, one ad that pops into my brain, Camellia, from I was a little girl, is Eve. Eve used to be almost like the rival to Grace. So you had Grace and you had Eve.
And
So
then
there's this ad.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
Camellia. I'm talking a lot because you're eating, so I'm trying to have you consume your meal and then you can join a more fulsome women. I don't want you choke. Oh, Wrench is asking what's your favorite food. So you can answer that first.
My favorite food, right? White rice with stew peas. Says kidney beans that is stewed down in that is cooked in coconut milk. And we have what's called spinners. So it's just dumplings. You use flour and you just do this, and they come out like long. And some people put meat in it, but I didn't know that you could put meat in stew peas until I was an adult. Because
Mercy.
we cook stew peas by itself, and then you have that with white rice. So to date, if I'm dying and I have one last wish for a meal, it's going to be stew peas and rice. Oh, with a little
Wow.
bit of fry plantain.
Everything is better with some fried plantain. I don't even know what my favorite meal is. You said white rice. I'm 90% white. You can use me. I am done. That was kind of smooth. I ain't even gonna lie. Why don't Jamaican men? Well, we can't tell you that, Stephen, because we're not Jamaican men.
Thank
You'll
you.
have to ask some Jamaican men that. Anyway, I don't want us to stray too far from what we're talking about. So I was saying Eve, and one of the commercials, it used to say, all good things that come from the earth is Eve. Nature's goodness, that's how you know it's Eve.
Hmm.
Celebrate. Your family is growing. Eve, Eve, Eve. And I'm like, yo, that is so good because that was from I was about 9. That's many years ago, and I still remember it.
It's so interesting that you remember the whole thing. I know there's one. If it's Seprod, you remember Seprod?
Yes,
Made by Seprod must be good.
must be good.
And Seprod made like milk and is
A
it
lot of things. I think
yeah,
they do delight like a lot of Jamaican brands fall under Seprod.
yeah.
You know what? Let me look at what brands fall under Seprod.
But the,
What
it was just so memorable
the
because
tagline?
if you see Seprod, you don't have to question the quality because you know made by Seprod, then it must be good. One of the things though that I'm kind of straying away from food. One of the things that have made itself or themselves. one of the things that has made itself like a Jamaican cultural thing is like Stay Free. You know, Stay Free is a brand of sanitary
Listen,
and across the island, every other sanitary napkin is branded as Stay Free. That's how you know that your marketing is top tier. Or maybe we just never had an option.
yep. Maybe we never had much. We never had much. It's just like when people used to process their hair, and it was either Jeffrey's or what's the next one? Was it
TCB,
Revlon?
TCB cream,
Exactly.
that was it.
But then Jeffries was the one that would burn your scalp down to your brain. But quickly, under Separad, and no, we're not sponsored. Under Separad, you have several because you have Betty, you have Butterkiss. You remember Butterkiss? You must remember the Butterkiss ad where it
With
with the
the
birds, and the person said, "I have an announcement," and they said, "What announcement?" And it's like, "It's better be good." So yeah,
remember butter,
and then we have. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm saying I remember Butterkiss, then I remember Betty, Betty condensed milk.
Betty condensed milk cam, and you have chef. We had chiffon, chiffon baby, you do
My
me good,
God.
like I always knew you would. You live like no one can. A woman's friend, a man's best friend. In my something another, in my baking, any dish,
My
gourmet cooking, I tell you, you're the best in all you do. Chiffon baby, you do me good, like I always knew you would.
hmm.
Big June. And then we have the light Gold Seal, Golden Grove, leader, maximum leader oil, miracle, and then we have surge milk, supplicant, boost you up.
Oxygen boost you up.
Listen. And you also have swizzle. So
And,
those fall under um
and Swizzle is like boxed juice.
yes,
We call them juice boxes, yeah.
juice
So
boxes.
um
Roman says sound terrible. It was terrible, Roman, where people were using Jeffries and it was your scalp was just under terrible fire all the time. But we've come a long way where people are just straightening their hair or they're using different products to process their hair if they want their hair processed or they're keeping it natural. So we're going a healthier route. But to be honest, back then it was rough. And that's not a Jamaican brand. We're just mentioning it because it just came up in our conversation. But you're absolutely right. It was horrible. And no, we don't want to keep the burnt scalp.
I was never familiar with Jeffries though. The only thing I knew was TCB and oh my
Revlon.
Revlon wasn't even a thing where I was from. It was later on that I got introduced to Revlon. But TCB, it came in a small jar. But if you didn't have a lot of money, you could buy TCB in a poly bag, like a little bag. They would put the cream in there, and you would go and you buy $20 cream. Well, not $20. That's a lot of money, like $5 hair cream or whatever. And if you didn't have the shampoo to go with it, you could buy a poly bag of shampoo and a poly bag of conditioner and your whole thing. And before you know it, you had burnt scalp. And there are people who didn't. You can after you wash your hair, you need to put your mucus,
Neutralizer Camellia.
the neutralizer. And there are people who didn't have neutralizer and they'd use vinegar
Yeah.
to neutralize it. I
And
find
as we talk about vinegar, Cam, just to divert a little bit, earlier we were talking about the use of vinegar and how we use it in everything that we're doing. So, yes, you'd use it to neutralize the cream so it doesn't keep processing, it doesn't keep Roman burning your scalp. So, it would be good. It would be at a good pH at this time. But
Mhm.
we also use vinegar for a lot of household things. We use vinegar, and Cam, you can mention some of the household stuff, but just to point out that we use vinegar in one of our main dishes that Jamaica is known for, or escovitch fish. So when we are making the sauce that you put on it with the onions and the peppers and the carrots, the pickle that we're making, then you know we have to use our white cane vinegar to be specific,
Not apple cider. Not apple
not
cider.
apple cider.
But no, I use vinegar for everything. So when I'm loading my dishes in a dishwasher, I'll spray them with vinegar. When I'm washing my dishes, I use vinegar if I'm washing them by hand. When I'm cleaning the floor, I'll
Yup.
vinegar. I put some vinegar in a bottle, put some water on it, and then put a little bit of essential oil in a bottle and shake it up, and that becomes a thing. When I'm cleaning mirrors or anything, it's vinegar. I use vinegar to
Yup.
vinegar to wash. I'm not. Well, I don't cook meat, but if there's something I'm cook like fish, I use vinegar to wash it. I use vinegar to do everything. So if there's ever
Yep.
a time that you hear that vinegar is causing some kind of illness, pray for me, because chances are
Yes, so you're next in line.
next time, what a blessing.
You're definitely next in line. Another brand, well, one of the most, we even came up with this topic to talk about brands because we're talking about steamed fish and the fact that while you have your vegetables and your okra and everything in it, your steamed fish not ready yet until you have Excelsior water crackers. I don't know which other water crackers they want to make. Excelsior water crackers in the red pack.
Tough crackers.
Tough crackers,
Tough crackers.
hard crackers.
Another thing I was telling Ruth when we were having the conversation earlier is that when you talk about brand consistency,
Yes.
Excelsior has it. As far back as generations could go, Excelsior that they had is the same Excelsior water crackers that we have today. I don't know how it is that they managed to do it, but they've done an awesome job at maintaining the quality of the thing. You know it, you see it, you know it, you test it, and it is the same thing across the globe. And kudos to Excelsior. Is Excelsior make it? Kudos
Let me
to
find out. Which bakery?
kudos to Excelsior for that brand consistency when it comes on to tough crackers. Tough crackers,
Oh, yeah, there is the Excelsior crackers because my niece is eating it.
there we go. That is Excelsior water crackers. And the thing is, Excelsior water crackers is such a Jamaican tradition that it became medication at one point. You have gas,
Yeah,
cup
it is.
a cup of tea, and some Excelsior water crackers, and you are good. If you're eating fish and the bone gets stuck in your throat, you
Yes,
get a piece of Excelsior, don't chew it, swallow it as is, and it will move the bone.
yes.
Excelsior was just it became medication.
Exactly. And it's you know how plantain is like the side to everything. So your Excelsior in your steamed fish, your Excelsior when you're having your porridge, in case you don't have hard-o bread, you just crush up some Excelsior. Your Excelsior in tea. So you're having some hot chocolate, you're probably having minty, it doesn't even matter. You're having some coffee, you drop some Excelsior in it and you allow it to absorb some of that. Oh my
I
God.
I moved here years after I moved here. Tea and crackers, and I put the crackers in the tea. And there are people who said it made me look like I was
Mhm.
poor, or like I'm like I don't care. Let me look poor and enjoy my Excelsior water crackers in the tea. I absolutely love that thing. And if Excelsior is ever anybody know Excelsior, and I will take sponsorship. You don't even have to give me money. Just give me crackers.
Just send the crackers.
Just
Send the crackers. Send the crackers. So Jambisco is actually made by Jamaica Biscuit Company Limited, Jambisco.
oh, they make Excelsior.
Yeah, so they're the largest biscuit company in Jamaica.
Yes.
What? Jamaica Biscuit Company was founded in 1911.
Wow. You see,
Wow.
those older brands, they value certain things. And
Yes.
consistency is one of them, cause me, I tell yourself, I will die up on an Excelsior tree.
An Excelsior Hill, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Give me my hard crackers. And what I love about them, Camellia, you and I mentioned this earlier. I know that our palates would have changed over the years. So sometimes it's not that they're making the product to a lesser quality. It's
Mhm.
just that our palate has changed.
Mhm.
But with Excelsior, though, they have not changed or tweaked. If it's not broken, don't fix it. What they have done, though, they have made other products because I know they have the Excelsior cinnamon crackers.
Me no like it.
I don't vibe with that.
No, that is not a vibe.
No, I don't vibe with that. Some people love it though. Not me. Give me the good hard crackers. Even when I say I'm not consuming flour, I'm not consuming anything processed,
Give
my
me the
brain does not calculate it as processed.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, that's different. That's outside of the realm of that. That's something totally different. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think of another brand that became just it's a company, and the company started representing everything else. So there is Stay Free. There are
Mhm.
um there's some things that just oh my god, I'm thinking of one, Ruth.
Pure bulk syrup, because right now I don't know any other brand of syrup.
Well, that was it. Pure Syrup was the drink.
And pure ball syrup came on later on, because when I was younger, we had this long, clear bottle that you used to buy syrup in that you'd make on a Sunday or whatnot. I don't even remember the name of the brand because since pure ball syrup came on board, me no know nothing else. I'm sorry, I don't know. But you know which brand has done so well, and it's a brand that I want to invest in as well. It's Lasco. Because when you learn the whole story of Lasco, it is just so it's beautiful, and the growth of the company is just wonderful, and the different arms of Lasco, because Lasco went into pharmaceuticals and all of that. And I think, though, if anybody from Lasco is watching, apart from sponsoring, I believe Lasco, and I need to double check this if they actually do have baby feeding formula,
They do.
because listen, let me tell you, you see, Lasco, when we're talking about Lasco in Jamaica, we're talking about Lasco soy milk.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, food drink. We're talking about Lasco food drink.
Look here, Lasco came in at a time when we were in a situation where prices were rising and quality was falling. And Lasco, let me fill the gap. Lasco,
Let me.
with Lasco food drink, creamy malt. I used to love creamy
Oh
malt.
my God, to date.
Creamy
To
malt,
date.
vanilla. I didn't like the strawberry. Strawberry did have a thing. And but you put your Lasco, and then Lasco started making mackerel. And in my head, I'm like, nothing like Greece. And then you taste Lasco mackerel, and it's chunky and it's nice. And you're like,
First of all, I'm gonna back you up right there.
competition.
Grace is my brand. I'm gonna get my Grace ketchup, even if it's the same ketchup then put in at the Eve bottle or whatnot. However, when it comes on to mackerel, until Grace started carrying jack mackerel, I
Yeah.
loved people just like you can. People used to look at me odd. Like, how do you want Lasco mackerel? They had jack mackerel,
Mm,
sturdy mackerel, firm
mm,
mackerel in a the tin.
Lasco mackerel. And then you know what I like? Lasco started making these oat thingies. These oat, like you put water on it. Like oatmeal
Or the quick
oat.
oats that you could
Yeah,
make
people
quick.
buy-
Yeah,
they put the that was it. Lasco saved a lot of lives. A lot of lives. Because you're going to school if you're
Lasco is
poor.
saving lots of lives.
Even when like you were poor and you get a little Lasco, this your little Lasco that because Lasco came in at a cheaper price and the quality was good and something.
The
Lasco
quality
saved a
was
life.
still good.
Lasco
Because
saved a life.
even when people were trying to refrain from using real cow's milk, and of course, cow's milk you definitely want to get your milk from like Island Dairy and all of that. That's another brand. And people were big about soy. That's where Lasco came in. So they had La Soy lactose free milk, and that one was in the green pack. I
I
don't know if you
yes,
can see.
yes, ma'am. That's
That
all
one was in the
one.
green pack. And they also now they have the oats porridge, so they have it in the pack here to come.
That's what I'm
You
talking
just
about.
add water.
That's the one I'm talking. I love that thing so much. I don't know what them tie me with it, but I love that thing so much. Last soy was what I used to buy after I recognized that. I mean, the milk never did that. Like the milk wasn't agreeing with my stomach, and I'm like, oh, I'm lactose intolerant. I used to buy last soy like nothing. Look here. Oh my! I think that was the first soy-free,
Ye-
lactose-free milk on the island. If I'm
Yes.
wrong, the
I
first.
can't think of any other camellia. I definitely cannot think of any other. And Puss Dog and Teddy Bear used to use it, and we still do. So Lasco is really a household name. It's a household brand in Jamaica. And when you think about what they are doing as well, because when you think about a company and how they give back to the community, how they give back to the country, it's beautiful to see. And if we can support our own, I'm all for that. So even though you earlier I was on a live and I was showing different makeup and stuff, I'm going to tap into the makeup that is produced in Jamaica as well. Because like my skincare products, a lot of those are Jamaican based. And I do want to support our own. So yeah, I love the brands. Any other brand that comes to mind for you, Camellia?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Or if
I remember, go ahead.
I'm saying if something else comes up for you, but you can mention it. I'm still thinking.
I can think of Red Stripe, because who doesn't know Red
It's
Stripe?
raw. You know you did like I don't go to dance. Probably never gone to,
Yes.
but you're in the dance. And the party get hype and thing here. Red Stripe.
Red Stripe. Listen. Red Stripe is a very good brand, and the thing is, with that's another brand that has matured and has tweaked itself to cater to the society that we're in now. So now people can get their flavored beer for those who don't want the beer in the brown bottle. For me, when I do consume a beer, even though I don't mind the flavored beer, I want the bitter one because nothing like a nice cold bitter beer on a sunny day. I'm sorry.
I,
I'm just saying.
I just know. I don't know. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know what beer tastes like or any of that sort. But if you say the bitter one, you want the bitter one, then you want the bitter one, and I don't
The
know what.
one, the bitter one. But as I said, they have really up to their game. So they have their flavored beer, different one. They have sorrel, they have lemon, they have watermelon. Different beers. Anyone that comes to mind, Camellia?
No, go and talk. Jamaican brands. I'm thinking of like some brands that the thing became the thing, like the
I know you're thinking,
thing.
but my brain is going into different areas, which are brands that are not Jamaica, like Q-Tip and Q-Tex and
Q-Tex.
whatnot.
Q-Tex became a thing in Jamaica where every nail polish was named Q-Tex to the point where
Q-Tex.
I first moved to North America and I was looking for nail polish. Me go around and ask people them for Q-Tex and they're like, huh? Q what? But one of the brands that I think has done well and has done well consistently is Blue Mountain Coffee.
Yes,
Blue Mountain Coffee, like you go across the globe and it has a reputation and it has maintained that reputation. I mean, I don't
yes.
drink coffee, but I buy coffee I'm at the airport because I like making coffee scrub and something. And there's just this thing
The
about
aroma.
you can smell nature in it. You can smell Jamaica in the coffee.
Yeah, I consume coffee and I've had coffee from all over the world.
Mm,
And I can tell you that top tier, and I'm not just saying this because I'm Jamaican, but it really is top tier. And I've had great coffee from other places. And it has a lot to do with where the coffee beans are grown, the altitude at which they're grown up
mm,
in the Blue Mountain. Listen, it gives it a particular flavor. And I say this all the time, and y'all can check me if I'm wrong. But
mm,
sometimes outside of Jamaica, and I'm not pointing finger at any other country or wherever, which, well, maybe I am, but not specifically.
mhm.
Not all foods are created equally. So you may be somewhere and you're eating some apples and you're eating some yams, but you're not getting the same level of nutrients from it based on the fertilizer and how it was done and the soil that it was grown in. In Jamaica, we do follow the principle where you farm on the land, you allow the land to rest, you move to another section of the land, and so you get the best out of it. Most in Jamaica, we don't really have to say, oh, it's organic, it's organic. Like 90% of what we eat naturally is
It's
organic, which means that it is better for you. Jamaica is just a literal vibe,
okay.
honestly.
Jamaica farming practice biblical. Biblical, because that's what the Bible says. You know, plant and on the seventh year you rest it and whatever and come back the next year. This brand is out of service now.
Which
Air
one?
Jamaica.
Have you ever flown on Air Jamaica? I know you're
Never,
young.
I know.
I flew on Air Jamaica.
I did
I'm
not.
aging myself.
Air
I'm
Jamaica.
aging. I'm aging myself.
I,
Quickly, before we continue with Air Jamaica, I need to tell my niece something. So everybody's a learning opportunity. It's a stainless steel pan. So pot. So when you put it on the stove and it's there heating up, put a little water in there. And when the water looks like bead and start running all over the pot, that's when it's ready for you to, yeah. That's when it's hot enough for you to get rid of that water there and put the oil, because that's when it's really hot. Sorry about that. That's a little fact. Go
I,
on about your Jamaica.
I learned something too. I never got a chance to
That's
fly on
it.
Air
That's
Jamaica,
it.
but I hear all these wonderful things. And you knew the ads and all of them something there. And the women and they used to serve ackee and saltfish on the flight, like a whole proper meal. And now you go on some flights and you see them walking around with some dollar store tray with some little paper cups asking if you want some water. Imagine water from ackee and saltfish and all these things to a paper cup that you get when you go to the dentist to flush with. You see them walking around with a dollar store tray. Would you like some water? Would you
How
like some
far are we
water?
calling? How
How far?
far?
How far we
How
fall?
far? It was a full meal. And what I loved about Air Jamaica, and I'm so sorry, I can't think of us having any of those memorabilia. I'll ask my uncle and I'll ask my mom when next I visit. But you used to get these little spoons and stuff with Air Jamaica on it, cutlery and stuff. Honestly, to be honest, listen, me not think you need to take you out of a plane. I don't think it was for you to take home. But they took it home, and I'm happy that they did because no, I would have seen those stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
So Air Jamaica. And now we have Caribbean Airlines. And as best as possible, I believe that we should support our own brands. So if you're traveling and not putting yourself out though, because you still have to look out for yourself. So if the prices aren't right, unfortunately, you still have to do what you can manage financially. But if you find yourself in a spot where you can choose and it's not that significantly different and you're okay with it, support a brand for Jamaica. Support a Caribbean brand. Support a brand for the company that you're in. Like find worthy brands to support. Find brands that align with who you are and what you believe to the most. To the best of your ability, because sometimes we need to use some other brand where we might not like everything about the company, but
That's
we're in
true.
a little situation. But when you can, I say support brand Jamaica. Honestly, support Caribbean,
A
support
hundred.
Black people.
Agreed. 100%. You know one of the things, Ruth? I don't know if it's a brand by itself, but it's a juice.
Which
I
one?
say all the time. I do not drink carbonated beverages, but Ting, I was drinking
Ting,
up until my grave, my dying days.
ting.
Like
It's true.
Ting have a thing about it.
Ting
The
about ting.
grapefruit, the little carbonated whatever them put in there, and
Ting.
if I'm nauseous, get me a bottle of Ting. If I'm
Yeah.
gassy, get me a bottle.
Yeah.
If I'm having a bad day, get me a bottle of Ting. And the good thing,
Yup.
I go to the supermarket here, I find Ting. And it's not no knockoff Ting, it's the real Ting.
It's a hey. Hey.
It's the real Ting. But Ting comes in a green bottle for those of you who don't know. And nowadays you have the screw off top. At one point you had to
Yeah.
do the thing. But Ting is just this. It just, I don't know how to explain it. It sits on its own pedestal when it
It
comes down to
does.
carbonated beverages. It just,
It does.
and I know, and maybe they use real grapefruit in there and others just use grapefruit concentrate. I don't know what it.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But it connects differently.
Yeah, if you've not had a Ting, Ting, try
Let
it.
me show you. Let me show you the bottle. I mean, this is what thing. Why? Mash up my computer. Sitting here, guys.
Mm-hmm. That's what
So
Ting looks
thing,
like.
yeah, and of course, for it to be it's kind of fermented. Kind of have a little bit of sugar, but it's not as sweet as the Jamaican ginger beer. I for one used to love ginger beer, but I've had to put it on pause a bit because I can't manage the sugar. Me not even tell you no lie. But
Ma-
another drink compete. Sorry, Camellia.
Wait, before you move on, not even just the sugar. I bought Ting at the supermarket and it says it's real Jamaican tea. Ginger beer at the supermarket and it says it's real Jamaican ginger beer. Girl, when you read the thing, not an ounce of ginger was in it. It was ginger, something. So on top of the
That,
fact
that
real ginger, it was sugary. That thing can give you preeclampsia. What is the preeclampsia?
that is when people pregnant and I think their blood sugar go up or something.
That can that can do it. That can do it. But you were mentioning another drink.
No, I was mentioning another company when we think about how could we forget Wisinko as a brand here in Jamaica?
Mm-hmm.
Wisinko carries water, well, and they carry Bigger as well. And Bigger is a Jamaican brand. And I don't know about other people, but me love cream soda. When I say it, people are like, ugh. But me drink cream soda and cola champagne. Anyway, go ahead, Camellia.
Cream soda has a. Remember Chubby? Every
Strawberry! Shut
every
up!
every carbonated beverage was called Chubby.
Yes, ma'am.
What was Chubby? Chubby was in a little bottle, and
Yes, ma'am.
beverage with all sorts of different flavor. And you buy a box of Chubby, or you know how many Chubby, and you're going to school or whatever on a hot summer day. You had a little Chubby, and when your boss you go. Psh, And I love, oh my goodness. Chubby still sell?
Of course, Chubby still sell. And from time to time, when I go into the store, as much as I try to cut out sugar and I don't really buy juice or fizzy drink like that, I buy a little Chubby. I'm not lying.
Girl.
I buy a Chubby here and there, and I do enjoy. But as I was mentioning, another big brand in Jamaica, we Cinco, and we
Mhm.
Cinco carries water. And water is the best tasting water
Look here.
anywhere.
Up to this day, whenever
Here's
I,
a hi telling me they make splash. Do thank you, my love.
oh yeah, whenever I buy water anywhere across the world, I compare it to WATA. I compare
Water.
Cinco water. With Cinco water reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of rainwater.
Rainwater.
Where you catch and it's just pure. There's something about
It's
water.
just refreshing. It's light.
Yes.
It tastes like it was meant to be consumed.
It come like come from heaven. It's almost the liquid version of manna. I swear.
Murder.
It's the
Good
liquid
to
version.
taste, man.
Girl, it tastes like it just has this wholesomeness and this pure
Yes.
to it. Where other water, you drink them in what somebody put that under some government pipe and cork up the bottle.
First of all, there is a popular brand. I will not call the name.
Me know it.
I will. Thank you, yeah, Sahai. Sahai talking about grace and tropical rhythm. Thank you, Mama.
Yeah.
Tropical rhythm is grace. Love that. Love
Mm-hmm.
that. But we think they have water, they have cran water. And listen, I have some friends who they're no longer living in France, but they live in Guadeloupe, which is a French territory. And my friend's husband, he would ask me to carry cran water for him.
Really?
Excuse me, what do you mean? Me fi travel from Jamaica, how much miles go to France with cran water in my suitcase?
And cranberry, for those who don't know, is a diluted version of cranberry and water mixed together. So it's flavored water.
Yeah,
But I
flavored with cranberry.
yeah, I probably tasted it once, but I don't like flavored water. I feel like
Yeah.
water is supposed to be water and leave it at that. But I'm sure cran water probably tastes good to
Yeah,
some.
and people love it and they have different flavors of the cran water. I don't really vibe with it. I love water though. You can't miss me with that, but
Yeah.
it's good. And there's Boom, which is an energy drink that Wisinko also makes. And I already mentioned Bigger.
Yeah. Ruth, I'm segueing away from. Remember mudslide?
Peony Wally. Shut up.
Oh my goodness. I've never
Much
had.
like it's still a thing, you know.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never
Much
had
like
it. Mudslide, and I'm like just thinking of some of the ads. Rum cream.
rum
Rum,
cream, yes.
rum.
I still love rum cream. Rum cream is still a big thing. I love rum cream as well. And how are we not mentioning our rum? We're known for our rum. We're not even
Ray,
mentioning
Ray,
Appleton.
and his
Ray
nephew.
and Nephew, Ray and his nephew.
Yes.
Okay, because when we talk about those brands, Camellia, I don't think people understand that in every household, I don't really have none now, and it's a shame. You need to have white rum.
What?
One, look how she done gonna shame me. Lord of mercy. I'm in the Jamaica and I have none. But while she goes for that, guys, in every household, you need to have your own bottle of white rum. And you know why? Camilla is gonna come share some others. See there? And you wanna know why? Because that white rum, whether or not you're gonna consume it, is good for everything.
Girl, I don't drink alcohol. But the time before I went home, we bought about 4 bottles and we divided them among the houses that we have here. Because I'm a sickler, so I have sickle cell trait. When it gets cold and you get some
Yup.
white rum and rub down your body and the heat start, sickle cell pain gone.
Bye. But first
Gone.
of all, I think you add mental crystal to that and you inhale it, upset stomach,
Gone. Nostrils cleared.
clear.
This thing, look, and not just that, but the Wray and Nephew is so steeped in Jamaican culture. If you have dead yard, if there's
You
a
cannot have it
funeral,
without rum, white rum.
if there is a gathering, anywhere there's a gathering, there is Ray and him nephew.
Ray and his nephew is right there.
Another one,
Right there. Before we move, Red Label one, turn on the thrills.
the thrills.
Turn on the thrills.
So Red Label, I don't drink alcohol, but I love a Jamaican rum cake.
Listen, and that's it. Listen, and because our Jamaican Christmas cake, guys, for those who don't know, what we do, because I don't know how Camilla's bottle is so full. What you do is you get your raisins, and who loves craisins and all those other things. So
What?
what you do? No, no, no. Some people do, and they love currants and whatnot. So what you
Mhm.
do? You put those in a container, glass
Okay.
preferably. You pour over it your red label wine, and you leave that to sit until the end of the year.
And that's what you use it to bake. And you'd put it in your Christmas cake, best thing ever. But somebody was asking, Patience was asking. So this is the Wray and Nephew. They have them in like flasks, like smaller
Yeah,
bottles, but these are the ones they sell in the airport, and it's good for everything. Also,
every and anything.
scorpion. So when I grew up in the
Oh
bush, there were
yeah,
scorpions running around the whole place. So you'd put some white rum and some other strange bush in a little thing, and and if you got bit by a scorpion or any of those things, they would put it on it and it would pull the sting out of it for some. I don't know how it did it,
I
but
don't know.
and then there is red label. People just drink red label paranormal, but I have my red label. It's full because I haven't baked, but and it's
But
there.
that's what I'm saying. You should be prepping, Mama. You should be prepping for December.
I probably should. So I may pour some out and
Yeah,
then
man.
and there was a point where I was in Ontario and red label was short. Like
Especially when it comes to Christmas
girl,
season.
you couldn't get red label. And so because the lady that baked for me, she didn't have any. I bought I think 3 bottles and I left two in Toronto so I could give them to her. So I ensured that I had
Yes.
a Christmas cake. You are welcome, patience. I wanna
And, and
have
Patience, can you think of any Jamaican brand that comes to the mind, or any of your favorite Jamaican brands, or anybody else in the chat? Thanks again for jumping on. And for those who have just joined us, I'm Ruth Ann with my best friend.
Camellia.
And this is Jamaican Vibe and Culture. Every Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, depending on where you're joining from, we jump on a live and we talk about things that make us just authentic, vibrant, and beautiful. All the tradition, all the cultural things, and what makes us a vibe. And
Um, Something I want to mention about Ray and his nephew. Look here, is a whole heap of people. Ray and his nephew make tumble down a ground, like because you're supposed to chase it. Is that what they call it?
yeah,
Yeah, so you're supposed to add some water or something in it. There are people who will drink it straight. I remember I watched a guy. So there was this competition. This man had a bakery and he had a competition. He's like, anybody who can drink this off, then you get, I think it was money or something. I don't remember how much money it was. And I saw a guy ride up on his bike. He came there sane as ever. And they were going through and he drank the white rum straight. And I
what?
saw from sober to drunk.
Immediately.
Immediately him take up a bicycle and I saw him on the bicycle at the one time because he was just intoxicated. So this thing has caused a lot of people to move from standing straight,
To
lying
go in flat. When you
rolling
say from vertical to horizontal.
from vertical to horizontal real quick. Um, because you can too, says fun fact, the Spanish Inquisition and the transatlantic slave trade worked hand in hand. And then Patrice says, when we have red wine, we pour some out for elders and those we lost. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. And even the white rum,
The
like
white rum is what I know about.
yeah, when you build a new house, you
Yes.
so you sprinkle. I don't know if this is bad belief or what, but you sprinkle white rum around the whole house. Or if you dream dopey or ghost or dead, you'd get up and sprinkle the white rum around. Shroop, shroop.
And you know where that comes from, Camellia? Because when we know that we're talking about our culture, we might soon be wrapping up. But when we think about our culture, it's heavily steeped in who
Africa.
makes us, yeah, Africans. So who makes us who we are here in Jamaica?
Mhm.
Our motto is out of many, one
One
people.
people.
So many people came, people were here too. And so we became Jamaicans. And so even our patois, how
Mm-hmm.
we speak, how we carry ourselves, the little je ne sais quoi that we have, because Jamaican men just have this thing that
This
there's no
them
definition.
lie,
I don't know.
them lie, but them have this thing about them. Them give bun, but there's some Jamaican men know if you take up presents. Like they
They
present.
hold space. Yes. They
We show
walk
the
into a
whole
room and you
and that.
know.
We should do a whole episode on that. You can pick out a Jamaican man anywhere. It's like God take sugar and sweeten them out the moment they
Listen,
miss. Look here,
them out sweet.
and
Them out sweet.
they're so confident. You will find a Jamaican man who will see a queen and still a look her because
I love that. I
in
love that for our men.
look here. Jamaican men know
Something about it.
men like supplicant. There is something about our men, but we kind of strayed. But the white
What,
rum
what you know what we're talking about? Branch Jamaica, our
that
men.
that is true. But
That's a brand.
the white rum and the duppy thing work for you because
So you proven it, love?
duppy can't pass right rum threshold.
What? Just say.
Look at something. Any which part you put the white rum, duppy can't pass the threshold. I remember when I was growing up. Maybe it's just belief, but I remember I was growing up.
It's yours and yours, eh?
Yeah, and my siblings and our uncle had a party. It was Christmas time, but because we come from bush, you have to walk forever in the dark. And we went home one night, and when we were going in, there was this man in a corduroy outfit. None of us was wearing corduroy. And he opened the door and went through before us. Everybody catch them afraid. You see, the next night, apparently white rum was sprinkled. We see the corduroy man and he couldn't pass the doorway because
Put a pass the threshold, mama.
the man come back. Oh, the man come back and corduroy. But tonight, because of white rum, he couldn't pass the doorway.
Nobody couldn't cross it. You couldn't cross it. But listen, I don't know if listen, believe kills and believe cures, but trust me, yeah, that is one of the reasons it's usually at dead yards.
Hmm.
So you can't go without your flask of rum. And when you're that voice is crazy. And when you're digging graves and all of that, so you definitely need it there. Maybe we can mention two more brands if possible, and then we're gonna get ready to wrap. Ralph really enjoy himself. Ralph, we definitely need to teach you one or two more words, but we don't really use the vernacular to that, me and Camelia. But
Yeah,
we're still here to educate people, so we are not we can share our vibes and culture. That is why we're here. So that is just one of the words we use, and you can use it in different situations.
that's
It is perfect for every and any situation.
that is the.
Somebody was saying I didn't get the joke.
Oh, sorry. Next time, because I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
Hi, awesome. I was saying, oh, that's a beauty. Like we don't use Jamaican curse words as we call them, but there's a beautiful thing. I feel like they have a place. They're so
they do.
it's so beautiful where you
They do.
that same word that Ralph used in the chat. You can use it when you're upset. You can use it
Happy.
surprised. You can use it when you're happy. You can use it when you're sad. You can use it in every context. All you have to do is use the proper inflection and you are good. It's
Yeah,
one of those
man.
words that just fits into every single thing. And that's the
Yep.
we're creative, you know?
We're
It takes,
creative bad.
it takes
And
creative
for
to do that, you know?
listen, and Camellia, for people who don't want to call out the word, like we have all these acronyms. So for that one, it
BBC,
would be BBC. So
BBC.
you're shocked, you're like BBC. So I mean BBC. Listen, it's just how you say it. It's just a vibe.
That is right.
Somebody was saying I didn't get the joke. Well, you know what? You're using the word in the right context though.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on, another brand is Walker's Wood. And we think
Well,
about jerk
yes,
or jerk season.
yes,
So Jamaica created, innovated, invented jerk, right? And
yep,
Walker has taken the lead role in creating or jerk seasonings and or jerk this and or
yeah.
that. Even the other day I went into Walmart and I was looking for curry paste. And everything, everything is in the same seasoning aisle. And when I looked, I saw jerk this and jerk. I'm like, go to Jamaica. I don't know. When I see Jamaican things in certain places, I'm like, go to Jamaica. So
Absolutely.
what?
And another one to Camellia, as you talk about Walker's Wood, it's in the same family, and it's Pica Pepper sauce.
Hmm. I haven't seen.
That company is in Manchester. I believe.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time.
No man, it's still big on the brand. And here I'm finding out this condiment. So it was founded in 1921.
Wow, before you and I were of. But
Our
Ruth,
parents weren't thought of either,
that is true.
nor our grandparents.
That is true. Jerk chicken is good. Yeah. We're wrapping up, but there are two brands that we have not said anything about. Tasty Patty. Well, it's three. Tasty Patty.
Tasty,
What the other one name?
juicy.
Juicy. I prefer juicy over tasty any day.
Me too.
And then there is Mothers.
There's
So,
Mothers.
so Mothers,
Mothers is known for the best soy patties
yes. Power Patty. Power Patty, the man, Power Patty
and power
cheese.
patty cheese.
So there's Mothers for the good soy patty. Then there is Juicy. It was Juicy Beef. Because
Juicy beef, but it's not juicy because they
right.
do so many other things.
I think they had started off with just beef patty. But patty
Yeah.
are far away.
First of
Like,
all, I want to pause right there. Sorry for cutting you off. My absolute favorite patty now, because I don't really vibe with beef patties like that.
mhm,
Sorry, I'm a chicken patty kind of girl.
mhm.
How chicken cheese to be specific. Well, let me tell you my favorite patty now, made by Devon House, which is a brand we're not even bring up yet with the Devon House ice cream.
Free.
And it's a Sunday evening, and the Devon House vehicle soon pass with the Devon House for us to purchase. It
Mm.
is, and Camelia, when you came to Jamaica, you can talk about this. When
Be-
you came to Jamaica recently, I had to take you to Devon House to make sure you got yourself, even though a vegetarian, one of those patties. Tell
Was,
them what it is.
was it the Ackee and saltfish?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I can saltfish is good to go, but no. Sleep- The curry what patty. What do
Oh,
you mean?
girl, I remember. Oh, goodness me. It was good.
Listen,
I'm vegetarian, but I feel like Jamaican goat and Jamaican cow, they're vegetarian too.
they are, yeah. Or goat's vegetarian, so it's second-hand vegetarianism. Sorry.
Yeah. So so we have patty, and patty is such a Jamaican tradition that even in Toronto, when patty was a thing, and then there were some Jamaicans who took the government to court because they wanted to us to rename it something else because they're like patty is the thing that you put in the middle of a bun or something, and they started closing it down until they can't use the name, and they're like, no, no, how dare you mess with this Jamaican tradition. They took the government to court and
As
won.
they should.
And
As they should.
patty is a Jamaican tradition. And for those who don't know what patty is, it's a crust made of flour and other things. It usually has this nice
Cornmeal and dough, yeah.
right,
Very flaky and thin.
right, and then you stuff it with other things, with meat or whatever. And so you have beef, you have goat, you have ackee and saltfish, you have oxtail, you have na-
Shrimp, you have pork, you have all sorts
callaloo,
of patties.
cabbage,
Callaloo.
what name it, and the pat you can get a patty with it. And then with the patty is the cocoa bread because
I
the
was
patty
about to
is
say
cocoa bread.
that. You have to get a patty and a cocoa bread. And I want to add though, Camellia, that our cocoa breads are so good that I know that even now, not sponsored, but Juicy is even running a campaign on just the cocoa bread. Because when
Wow,
you get a freshly baked cocoa bread, even without a patty smack between it,
you're
you
good.
can have a meal. You're
You
good.
like here we buy cocoa bread. It's not the same thing. I can tell you
Nope.
something. But we buy cocoa bread here, and I'm eating the cocoa bread by itself. And they're like, "How?" I'm like, "You mean how? How? Why wouldn't you?" Because I'm not supposed to eat bread, because I have gluten intolerance. But
Not only in Jamaica, sweetie. It's
when I
different out here.
look here, cocoa bread, and you put the patty in the cocoa bread, patty and cocoa bread, and then there was something else that we missed that I had mentioned. So there is okay, I don't remember what it is. But yeah, so we have patty and we have cocoa bread and we have all these good and amazing things.
Amazing brands. To be honest with you, Camellia, we could stay here for days listing out awesome Jamaican brands. We
Yes.
have not even touched on it fully. We're just mentioning some that are popping up at the
Mm.
top of our brains, some major ones. But there are many Jamaican brands that have, withstood the test of time, which our grandparents knew, our forefathers knew. We've come and we're enjoying the same quality. Tell me which one you just see.
Rough Rider. Look here.
And Slam.
So Rough Rider. So if all condoms became known as Rough Rider because there was a brand of
They
condom.
were just Rough Rider. I know most of them are
There was
Slam.
Slam. True, there was Slam too. But Rough Rider, really, what do you want to eat? do you want to eat? That I don't know that you maybe mention something about that. But Rough Rider was or Jamaican a Jamaican brand of condoms, and they were
Mm-hmm.
made specifically for Jamaican men because apparently the sizes that were coming from overseas were not fitting.
I'm done. I'm done. And
Overseas,
it also spoke to the kind of lover that they say Jamaican men are. Because yeah, you know the songs that are done by a lot of
yes,
Jamaican artists. So
Dairy.
they had that. Yes. And then they had Slam, and then Dancehall Queen Carlene, I believe, was on the label of one of those. Somebody was talking about curry. I don't even know if Better Pat is made in Jamaica, but in Jamaica, if you're getting curry and you're eating, it must be Better Pat curry, that curry that made for you, because it tastes different.
Or you go get your own turmeric. You dig up your own turmeric and do your thing.
Yes, Cam, but
But
we're just gonna be honest and tell him about how Jamaica gonna be doing it, and it's Better Pat curry. It's
oh,
Better Pat curry.
got you, ma'am. Got you. Yeah, but the Rough Rider man, and they had so many ads.
And
Yes. So, I was saying, so the sizes coming from overseas were too small to fit the Jamaican men, and because they were such rough riders, because they were daggering, they wouldn't withstand the
you know, withstand the constant work and the
yeah.
friction was
And
too
so
much.
Jamaica created their own for Jamaican men, Rough Rider and Slam. I remember those.
Wow. Wow.
Yummy.
Somebody in the chat was saying, yummy, yummy. I'd love to try Jamaican curry. Love that. As you said that, yummy bread, yummy bakery. When we start thinking about our bakery, we have wholesome as well. And listen, I'm Camille. I don't know about you, but heading home from school, and sometimes we pull our money and buy a bread from the bakery hot, and then we get either cheese or some butter, and you're just having that. The hardo bread, you're just having that.
Ma'am, on my way to school, all I saw were cane pieces.
Can't be. I apologize. Well, how have we not mentioned sugar? How
Sugar.
have we not?
Yeah, from Sugar Factory, brown
Not
sugar.
just Rome, but Appleton. Like we have a number of factories or that still work in
Well, apple,
Jamaica.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have our own.
relating to sugar. So we do a lot of exportation of sugar. That's a good brand that we export with. And I learned something recently. It was a little disheartening. So of course we export a lot of our sugar, and we import sugar too.
And you make the sugar and you sell out everything and then take back second class sugar. I don't get it.
Yeah. But I mean, our sugar is still on the market, but there's a lot of imported sugar as well. Oh, we don't have any crack out here.
We
Sorry
have
about that.
yeah, we
If you're
have
trying to talk about marijuana, which is a weed, which is now legal in certain quantities, then we can talk about that because we have many dispensaries across the island where you can get the right amount if you have the necessary documentation for whatever you need to get. So we can talk about that. But this is not a crack cocaine country. Sorry.
yeah, in Jamaica, crack is whack.
It
Literally.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do ganja, we do marijuana,
We
but
do marijuana.
yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think this is where we can wrap for today. I don't know about you, but I love how well we had many people in the chat asking questions and sharing comments. Guys, we appreciate you so much. We're here regardless. To be honest with you, if you guys never joined, Camilla and I would be here. But the fact that you're here makes it so much more worthwhile. And
Yeah.
we're so appreciative of your company and your comments and your questions and trying to learn Jamaican bad word and all those things. Icy Clouds 6 is saying, I just smoked some weed. I hope it was Jamaican. It's the best type you can get.
Especially
Um,
get it from the western side of the island. Yeah.
yeah. So on that note, Camelia, I don't know if you have any final words that you'd like to share.
No, I don't have any final words. Just have yourselves an amazing week and join us back next week where we're going to be looking at something else that speaks to Jamaican vibes and culture. I'm Camellia, and of course, this is my best. We've been best friends for about 20 years or more.
Yeah, about,
About
about,
yeah.
about. Yeah.
So
And
have
I'm
yourself,
Ruth.
yeah. So have yourself an amazing week, guys. Bye.
Bye.